A lot of you people think you're in control. You really do. You sit there, looking at your life, your business, your relationships, and you tell yourself that you're a rational actor. You think that when the pressure hits, you're the one making the calls. But you're not. Most of the time, you're just a passenger in a suit made of nerves and old trauma. You aren't deciding anything. You're just reacting to the way your skin feels when the world pushes against it. We call it going with our gut, because it sounds heroic. It sounds like we have some mystical connection to the truth. But let's be honest for a second. Usually, your gut is just your ego in a panic. Your gut is just a chemical spike of cortisol, telling you to protect your pride, to strike back, or to run away. In a high-stakes world, gut feeling is how you get buried. The people who actually run things, the ones who stay calm while the room is screaming, the ones who make millions while the market is bleeding, they don't trust their guts. They trust the distance. They've mastered a specific, almost cold-blooded way of standing back from their own lives. They've weaponized a concept the ancients knew, but we've forgotten in our age of instant notifications: the law of emotional distance. This isn't about being a robot. It's about being the only person in the room who can actually see the board. It's about realizing that your ego is a saboteur, and if you don't learn how to put it in a cage, it will burn every opportunity you ever have. We have to talk about the mess inside your head first. We live in a world that is designed to keep you in a state of low-level fight or flight. Every ping on that phone, every headline, every passive-aggressive email, it's a microaggression against your nervous system. By the time you actually have to make a big decision, you're already compromised. Your brain is a soup of adrenaline and distraction. Think about the last time someone really slighted you. Maybe it was a business partner who overstepped, or a competitor who took a cheap shot. What did you feel? That heat in the back of your neck, that sudden narrowing of your vision where all you could see was the win. In that moment, you became a vulnerability. When you're hot like that, you're predictable. A predictable leader is a dead leader. If I know what makes you angry, I own you. If I know what makes you desperate for approval, I can lead you wherever I want. Your emotions are the handles that other people use to pull you around. Strategic dominance doesn't come from being the smartest person in the room. It comes from being the one who is the least tethered to their own chemical surges. It's the physiological cost of letting your immediate feelings drive the car. Every time you react instantly, you're shaving points off your long-term success. You're trading a permanent victory for a temporary feeling of being right. And being right is the most expensive drug in the world. So how do we fix it? We stop being the I. We have this obsession with the first person. I feel, I want. They did this to me. This is the language of the victim. To master emotional distance, you have to learn the art of the third-person perspective. Imagine you're watching a movie. There's a character on screen. He's in a high-stakes meeting. He's being pressured. He's about to lose his cool. As an audience member, you see everything. You see the guy across the table is bluffing. You see that if the character just stays quiet for 10 more seconds, the other guy will fold. You're sitting in your seat thinking, don't do it, don't say it, just wait. Why is it so easy for you to see the right move for the character, but so hard to see it for yourself? Because you aren't the character. You have distance. The law of emotional distance is the practice of becoming the audience member in your own life. When the crisis hits, you have to mentally step back 10 feet. You have to look at yourself and say, look at that guy. He's feeling a spike of fear right now. His ego is telling him he needs to defend his reputation. If he follows that feeling, he loses. If he waits, he wins. It sounds simple. It is the hardest thing you will ever do. It requires you to treat your own emotions as data points rather than orders. A feeling is just a notification on your dashboard. It's a light telling you the engine is hot. It doesn't mean you have to jump out of the car. And then there's time. We act like everything is a 911 emergency. It rarely is. Most things that feel like they need a response right now are designed that way to trick you into making a mistake. The ancients used to talk about sleeping on it, but we've turned that into a cliché. In reality, it's tactical. It's allowing the chemical half-life of your emotions to expire. If you won't care about this insult in 5 years, don't give it more than 5 minutes of your focus today. If you wouldn't make this move on a calm Sunday morning, don't you dare make it on a frantic Tuesday afternoon. Most people are fragile because they're optimistic in a stupid way. They think that if they just manifest success and stay positive, nothing bad will happen. Then, when the world inevitably punches them in the mouth, they fall apart. Their emotional distance collapses instantly because they're shocked. If you want to be dangerous, you have to be the person who has already lived through the failure. We call it the premeditation of evils. I want you to sit in a dark room and imagine the thing you're most afraid of actually happening. Don't just think about it, feel it. Imagine the phone call where you find out you've lost it all. Imagine the look on people's faces when you fail. Why? Because the monster you've already looked at is never as scary as the one hiding in the dark. Once you've accepted that failure is a possibility, once you've stared at it until you're bored of it, the fear loses its grip on your throat. And when the fear is gone, the distance returns. You can look at a failing situation and say, okay, the ship is sinking. How do we get the most people into the lifeboats? Instead of screaming and drowning with the music. This leads to the tactical pause. This is your new rule. The higher the stakes, the longer the silence. When someone tries to corner you, when a deal is on the line, when you're being provoked, silence is your greatest weapon. Most people are so uncomfortable with silence that they will talk themselves into a worse position just to fill the air. By holding the silence, you're not just gathering data. You're asserting dominance over your own biology. You're proving to yourself and to them that you are not a slave to the immediate. You are the ghost in the machine. You are there, but you aren't reachable by their tactics. Let's get even colder. There is a concept I call the outsider test. It's the most effective way to strip the ego out of a decision. Imagine you're the CEO of a company. You've put 3 years into a project. It's your baby. You've hired the team. You've done the press. You've tied your identity to it. But the data is coming in, and it's bad. It's failing. But you can't quit. You tell yourself, just one more month. Or, we just need better marketing. That's your ego talking. That's your emotional attachment trying to save face. Now, imagine you're fired today, and tomorrow, a new guy walks in. He doesn't know you. He doesn't care about your baby. He doesn't care about the 3 years you wasted. He just looks at the balance sheet. What's the first thing he does? He kills the project, immediately, without a second thought, because it's the logical move. The law of emotional distance demands that you become that outsider. You have to be able to look at your own work, your own investments, and even your own relationships, and ask, if I walked into this life today with 0 history and 0 emotional baggage, what would I do? The answer is usually clear as day. The only thing making it complex is your feelings, and your feelings are irrelevant to the outcome. This is how you find the objective truth. You stop looking for why you're right and start looking for why a stranger would think you're wrong. You red team your own life. You look for the cracks. You look for the places where you're being soft, where you're being sentimental, where you're being weak. Sentimentality is a luxury for people who aren't playing for keeps. When you start living this way, something strange happens. The world starts to feel like it's moving in slow motion. While everyone else is jumping at every shadow, reacting to every headline, and letting their moods be dictated by the weather or their social media feed, you become a fixed point. You become the person who can't be rattled. This is where you move from survival to dominance. Dominance isn't about shouting. It isn't about force. It's about being the person with the most clarity. In a room full of blind people, the man who can see for even 1 second is king. In a world full of people blinded by their own emotions, the person with emotional distance is a god. You start making moves that the crowd doesn't understand. They'll call you cold. They'll call you detached. Let them. They're the ones who will be wondering what happened when you've moved the goalposts and won the game before they even realized it started. You aren't doing this to be mean. You're doing this to be effective. You're doing this because you realize that your life is too important to be left to the whims of your prehistoric brain. The ego wants to be pampered. It wants to feel important. It wants to be right. The strategist just wants to win. I'm not telling you this is easy. I'm telling you it's necessary. Every day you're going to wake up and your ego is going to try to put those handles back on you. It's going to try to drag you into the noise. It's going to try to make you care about things that don't matter. Your job, your only real job, is to maintain the distance. Build your protocol. When the pulse goes up, the distance goes up. When the pressure increases, the silence increases. Stop being the participant. Start being the architect. The truth is right there, hidden under all that noise you call yourself. Strip it away. Look at the world with cold eyes. If you're still here, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You felt that moment where you almost lost it, and you felt that rare, freezing clarity when you didn't. That clarity is your new home. Stay there. Master the distance.